Back when they were first announced, I couldn't wait to purchase them. I'd held off buying the second generation AirPods because I wanted these ones, and I wasn't interested in the AirPods Pro because of the way they kind of got stuck in my ears and caused a lot of air pressure. And I know that I know that's an issue with a lot of other people as well. So once I got hold of the AirPods 3, I was absolutely delighted. I'd owned a few cheap wireless earbuds and they were all brilliant. The only thing was they would end up getting problems later on, or the quality on them it was just adequate on them. I recently had, recently is a few months ago now, Yabolo earphones, which seems to be quite, I've had a few thousand views on that on the channel, and it seems to be quite a popular one, but I ended up dropping those aside to get the AirPods. And the reason why I wanted to get the AirPods was because of the Apple ecosystem and the switching between devices and the ease of use, the battery life, and the quality you get out of them. Now, a spec which stood out for me for the AirPods 3 was the spatial audio, which is a bit like Dolby Atmos, a kind of surround sound. It works fantastically with iTunes and Apple TV because obviously those files and movies, TV shows are designed for it. And it really gives you a sense of surround sound, and it's even better than watching it on my TV because of how immersive it is. Going onto YouTube, it just they sound like regular earphones. Disney Plus has support for spatial audio, not as good as iTunes' own. Now, I played a few videos where they had a sort of simulated surround sound, and there was one in particular about a dinosaur. It was really good. I actually felt like something was behind me. It was a bit of a novelty at first, but it was kind of cool to really listen to. Just having that surround sound feature on headphones does make it more immersive, even if you are watching it on a smaller screen. Now, I reviewed the Soundpeats Flex earphones, which are also from Apple. I think these are not as good as those because those were obviously they're in-ear phones, so you have to put them right into your ear. So obviously they're going to have an element where they are better, but I would consider them superior in every other way over them, and certainly more comfortable on my ears. In terms of comparing these to AirPods, I would say that they have more clarity. The volume on the AirPods can get louder because obviously it's wired, it's got direct power from the device itself. These don't go as loud, and you will notice that. You'll have to put the volume up to maybe 80% to actually get a decent volume on them, whereas the earphones you'd have to go to 50%, and it's roughly the same in that sense. The voice calls obviously are better on this one. We were promised HD quality voice audio. It's decent, it's not the best, but it's not the worst, and it's certainly better than average. But considering the price you're paying for, you would want it better than average anyway. There's supposed to be some sort of mesh on the inside of these, and it's meant to act as almost like a noise cancellation. Not as quite good as the AirPods Pro, but definitely good enough when you're making calls. But yeah, I absolutely love that feature on these. It just means I can walk around and not pick up every single bit of background noise when I am making calls. Controls are slightly different on these. It's more like a haptic one, so you just press and it just stops and starts. In terms of everything else, really, I don't really use the controls on the AirPods just because my hands are too big. I end up controlling it through either the mission control bar or control center, whatever it is. Now, both AirPods and the case are rated for water resistance and sweat resistance as well, but to be honest, I wouldn't let water get anywhere near them because I don't want to risk it. And in terms of sweat, if my ears did get sweaty, I would take them out and wipe them. Not because I'm scared of damage, just because it would feel gross. Yeah, disgusting. Battery life is up to 6 hours. That's only an hour more than the second generation, but it's enough for a good length of the day. Then you pop it back in the case, and the case has got around 30 hours of listening time. Now, if you're on a long haul flight or some sort of long journey, pop them in. Most likely they're not going to last 6 hours. They're probably going to last a bit less than that, so you'd have to put your AirPods away. After about a couple of days, you've got to charge the case as well, which is quite annoying. You come back third, fourth day, put it in, and you realize nothing's working because you haven't charged the case itself. That's probably where the wired earphones are a huge strength, and obviously wired ones, if you lost them, particularly the earphones, that's only £15, $15 compared to 170 on these. Now, the enhanced skin detecting sensor is brilliant because when I take the AirPods out and put them down, or even just take them out, it pauses my song straight away. And when I touch my ear with them, it resumes it. So that's really fantastic. The tracking's been enhanced in Find My app, which means if you drop an earbud or you lost it somewhere, you'll be able to track it, which is really helpful. Now, I have to admit, I don't take these out of the house because if I lost one, Apple do a replacement service for them, but quite frankly, it's easier buying a whole pair instead. Yeah, just buy the whole set instead of just one. Now, the seamless connectivity is why I bought these in the first place. They're registered to my iCloud account, and once I connect them to one Apple device, they will work on all of my Apple devices. Now, in terms of having 2 or 3 devices at the same time, I tend not to do that. And the reason why I don't want to do that is because if I play something on another device, they will just switch straight away. And I don't like that. I'd rather just focus on one device, close this device down, shut it down, and then go to my next device. Now, some people want 2, 3 devices to switch, and sometimes it's been a bit of an issue. For example, if you're connected to your Apple TV, that's always got the Bluetooth on, and suddenly someone in your room wants to use the iPad, turn the Bluetooth and play something, it might connect to that device instead. So there is a way you can turn it off, but I don't actually use that seamless connectivity in that way. I do like the instant connection with any of my devices, but I do make sure if I'm using another device, I just turn it off. And that's just the way I'm using it. Now, after listening, making calls, and just using them for over 3 months, they're exceptional quality. They're really, really good. I obviously don't like the volume level on them. I have to put them high to listen, and the battery life isn't great. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and until next time.